Volunteers at Fairshare's warehouse in southwest England are first responders in the fight against the UK's cost of living crisis, delivering crates upon crates of donated food to Brits who can no longer afford to eat.
What the pandemic has done, and then since then what the cost of living crisis is doing, is it massively supercharged. So we've gone from 1 million meals a year to 5 million meals a year, and that's not decreasing. And in fact, what we are seeing from the charities that we're working with is that demand is only increasing.
Ensuring there's enough to go around is already a challenge, with careful planning needed to ensure items, including dairy and meat, are kept fresh through refrigeration. But there may be a hazard on the horizon that could spoil this volunteer army's operations: the risk of electricity blackouts this winter.
It would be an extreme concern if we had blackouts, if we lost electricity here. Our chillers, we've got pallets and pallets of fresh food and meat in there that would go to waste. Perfectly good food that can go to frontline charities to support people. If it came to that, that would be of a massive worry to us and would stop operation here.
The war in Ukraine has sent global energy supply chains into disarray as the West weans itself off Russian gas. Costs are soaring and imports to the UK from Europe may be reduced, leading Britain's electricity system operator, the National Grid, to warn that in a worst-case scenario, household power supplies may need to be shut off. The government is reported to have worked up plans that could see power cuts for up to 3 hours at a time if necessary. Official statements, though, claim there's enough electricity to go round. The UK's 3 remaining coal-fired power plants have agreed to continue producing power into the winter months, despite previous plans for them to end operations. What's clear is the need to plug the gap left by Russian gas is becoming increasingly urgent as the colder months set in. Some utility suppliers are working with the National Grid to try to encourage the public to help out. Octopus Energy is just one company that has agreed to pay its customers to switch off at times of high demand.
We help customers who want to shift demand out of the most expensive peak times and give them a financial reward for that. Historically, we've just paid big coal and gas power generators thousands of pounds worth of revenue to match demand. And instead, we can play this on both sides, and we can get consumers to say, well, actually, I don't need to run the dishwasher now, or I don't need to charge my electric car right now.
The scheme is an attempt to share the load rather than shed it. And for those who rely on energy security to support society's most vulnerable, asking people to switch off may be the only way they can carry on. Makin-Isherwood, SABC News, London.